Are you okay, Bustos? Are you calm, submissive?
What?
Are you ready for another new episode?
Is this a new episode?
New episode.
New episode. Episode 10 and a half.
10.5.
10.5.
So funny story.
Not quite 11.
Not quite 11.
But not 10.
Not 10.
Right.
10.5.
So fun fact, we recorded an episode 10, but we've been swamped with life.
Life happens
And we also did
sometimes.
an in-stadium video that you got to go check out, which is way worth it. And so we figured, you know what? Since it's not current, we got to redo this. So we got updated Stanley Cup Finals previews in this video, updated NBA Finals
Can
videos.
we talk about like our favorite memories this episode, guys?
you know
I
what?
really want to talk about our favorite memories.
I feel like we need to talk about important things in our lives. And DJ, I really want to hear about your past experience because you told us earlier today about how you had bad experiences with certain superstars in the hockey world. I'm really curious.
I'm
about
glad
that.
you're asking me that question because I got a lot to say.
He's got a story for you.
I bought NHL 17 for $9 at Walmart
That's great.
on clearance.
Tarasenko
That's
on the
what you
cover.
do.
Tarasenko.
Can we talk about how we voted Pavelski to not be on that cover?
Right? That was a whole movement. I like anyone but Pavelski. The rivalry runs
Although
that deep.
Pavelski's the only shark I really like. Well, him and Jonesy. And Burnsy's cool.
I don't like Jones. I told you after the All-Star game. He was a jerk.
After the All-Star
The
game?
NHL All-Star game ruined so many players for me.
Why?
Which one?
Sidney Crosby,
Yeah.
Alexander
Kings-
Ovechkin,
when
the Kings-
Martin
when the
Jones,
Kings
because they were all
hosted?
jerks.
When the Kings hosted?
Yeah, in LA.
Yeah.
Oh, really? What do you mean?
Everybody was like so bothered just to be approached. Like, first of all, it's an all-star game. It's a fan event. You're doing it for the fans. I
Where were you
understand.
at?
I was over at across the street, the Ritz-Carlton. That's where all the players were staying, at the Marriott and the Ritz. Like, some were half were there and the other half were there. So like everybody was outside trying to get autographs, and they were going to like the Starbucks and they're going to the restaurants. You know who else is a jerk? Also Mario Lemieux.
Are you
Add him to
surprised?
those.
Probably.
Are you surprised?
I mean, I would just left the All-Star weekend like so like honestly like disappointed. Like I was so let down.
Well,
it was like
how
so
you-
heartbreaking in
If
a
you
weird
think
way.
they're bad, how do you think the MLB All-Star is going to be next year? dude?
MLB All-Stars are way better.
I don't know. Like, and supposedly hockey players are the nicest, the most approachable guys. And Crosby was the biggest jerk.
Even more than my... Well, I mean, I had a bad interaction with Martinez. That nigga looked me in the eyes this close and then fucking walked away from me.
Yeah.
Because I recognized him in a crowd no one else did. I was like going to a Laker game. This is right after they won.
Oh, God.
And
It
he
just was like, I was going to a Laker
"Martinez."
game. And I was like, Alec. I was trying to remember it now. I was drunk. It was like 6 p.m. and I was drinking at Hooters. I was going to a Laker game, I think. I was like, Alec. And I looked at him. I was like, Alec, what's up, man? And then like, and he looked at me. He's like, and just looked away. I was like, what the fuck?
Just
Like,
big leagued you.
I remember
Yeah.
seeing. Only time I ever met a player outside was Dustin Brown walking through the parking lot of
and
Dodger
how cool
Stadium.
was he?
Wow.
I would take a quick, "Hey, Dustin," and then he left.
Did you say
He was
Did you
like,
say hi?
"Bustos."
No, I said, "Hi, hey, Dave, it's Dustin." And all of a sudden, he was gone.
So
Fuck that bitch and disappeared.
Well, this was when they were making that. When he
Cup
started
run.
making that run in
Yeah.
2012.
But then after that happened, though, I had a good experience in San Jose with Alec Martinez. He was about to go on the team bus, and then he came back off the step and then took a picture of Myra before he went on the bus for the game.
So did he redeem himself?
Yeah, because he took a picture of my wife.
Okay,
before
so
or after the whole Laker game event?
after.
This was after like a year and a half
After.
after.
Okay, so NHL All-Star Weekend, they're doing the NHL 100 event of the top 100
100.
players in NHL history.
That's where you were at?
So me and my dad are there, and we're just like, yo, they're gonna have the 100 greatest players in
Who's your
NHL
dad?
history in one place. Like, we gotta go and we gotta try to get some autographs. So I got these like cool canvases made of like the NHL logo and all this.
Who's
So
your
I'm
dad?
there- Huh?
Who's your dad?
Who's my dad?
Yeah.
Godfather.
Like, what's his name or? What's
Yeah,
the-
because like I don't know.
The Godfather. The guy.
I mean, they call him Mario Lemieux. But
His name is Mr. 305.
Dude, I swear to God, I was gonna get him some Pitbull gear. 'Cause it just says some 305 on it.
305.
Because at both at Staples Center and Dodger
And
Stadium,
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
we
Mr.
sit in
305.
305.
Damn, your dad's Pitbull? Damn, I'm a big fan.
Mr. Worldwide.
He is. He travels.
I'm
So-
sorry.
He
So-
is Mr. Worldwide. So an NHL 100 event, we're there.
Sorry for breaking you.
100 best players in NHL history. We're like, this is never gonna happen again. It's gonna be amazing,
Even the
right?
dead ones, they roll their bodies in
Yeah,
there.
they just brought the memorials, the whole thing, and we're there. So then, I don't know. Everybody knows how Nokia, or I guess Microsoft Theater is situated, but in the back of it, there's like the main roll-up doors or whatever.
Yeah.
Those are on the same sidewalk as the Ritz-Carlton. So I was like, dude, everybody who's going to try to slip out and not go through the main entrance are going to slip out the back and just try to leave them there. So I'm like, oh, no, I'm going to be the only one back here, right? I had this brilliant idea. Sure enough, I'm back there, and there was maybe like 2 or 3 other people back there, all with the same idea. I'm there. Who do I see walk out? The first player I see walk out the door, Sidney Crosby, by himself. I'm like, oh, my God, like the plan paid off.
Was there
I'm
a
like,
crowd with you?
by myself, dude. There was like 2 people off to the side, but they didn't recognize Crosby. I forget who they were waiting for,
Damn.
and they were like looking away.
Probably for Gretzky.
Okay, so I did see Gretzky too, but that's another side story. So anyway, Crosby walks out the door, and like I'm the only person standing there,
Hate that.
and I'm just like, honestly, like I'm starstruck because I'm like, yo, this paid off. Like Crosby's right here, so I had my camera. You know, Mr. Crosby, can you sign my thing? And he just like looks at me and turns away and starts walking. And then a security guard comes and starts walking next to him. Now, we're walking from Nokia Theater to the Ritz-Carlton, right? Which is like half a block, if that. Only him walking, me right next to him, like, Mr. Crosby, can you sign this? Can you sign this? And he's just like not even acknowledging me. And then the security guard starts like pushing me like, hey, he said no autographs. I'm like, what are you talking about? I'm like the only dude. I'm the only person right here. What do you mean no? It's like, he's like, no. He said no. And so I'm like walking next to him. I'm like, what do you mean no? And I'm asking him. I was like, I'm not some like, scalper. I'm just like a genuine fan. Like I was telling him like some even like random stats. Like, no, dude, I know you from this, and this. And he just like the whole walk didn't even turn around and look at me and acknowledge me. And I'm the only person there.
What did you say when you realized he wasn't going to do anything?
I was like already getting upset. I was like, really? Like, what do you think? Like, I don't even remember what I said. I just remember being like all upset about it. And afterwards, I was just like, wow. And he just like walked in and didn't even acknowledge me.
He didn't even look at you after that?
He didn't even look at
Not
me.
gonna
And
lie.
I was like 3 feet away from him walking next to him the whole time, asking him if he can sign this for him. And he was like, nope. And I was just like, wow, that
He said
sucks.
no or what?
Well, he said like the first time he looked at me and he was just like, he shook his head and just kept walking. And then that's when the other security walked in. So there was like 3 of us walking.
Okay.
Crosby, a security guard, and me.
I would have called him to his face. Like I was like, "Wow, you're a fucking dick, bro. Fuck you." I would have said some shit like that.
Right? Yeah. And I, like honestly, like I restrained myself, but I was like super like upset about it. So then I was like upset, but I was like, whatever, dude. Crosby, whatever. Yeah. Like he has that reputation around the league. No one likes him. Yeah. Like I kind of see why. Right?
Yeah.
So then I'm like, oh, well, I'll go over here and find some other players. I'll keep trying because this is the NHL 100. Crosby's not even the main guy. Like Gretzky's still in there. Lemieux's still in there.
Paul's
like
in there.
Exactly. Like everybody's still in here. So I'm like, cool. So then I'm there hanging out. And at this point, I think it caught on like all the other people. So at this point, I see like 10 other autograph hounds back there with all their stuff like that. And I'm just
They
like,
are the worst.
yeah. And
The
they have like
hounds are the
all
worst.
the print of everybody and stuff like that. So then,
Shuffling all
Why?
the papers.
Yeah.
Yo, why do you know the autograph hounds are there when they have a backpack full of pictures? Backpack
or like
full of
pucks or baseballs or whatever.
Cards,
Yeah.
anything.
Yeah.
So then, yeah, we're there, and later that night, I'm still there. This may be like an hour later, and I go back to like the Ritz, like onto like Olympic,
Yeah.
and I'm out there, and I see out the side door, some dude with gray hair walk by, and I'm just like, what? And I see the side of him. No, dude, it was Ovechkin.
Oh.
Ovechkin has gray hair, and he
Wow.
already has.
Was he cool?
So Ovechkin's right there, and he's with his girlfriend, and he starts walking up Olympic like towards Fig, right? And I'm just like right there. I was like, oh, Mr. Ovechkin, can you sign this? He's like, no autographs. I'm like, I'm the only one right here. He's like, I said no autographs. I'm like, really? Like, he's like, what do you think? There's gonna be a crowd or something? And he just looked at me. He's like, I said no autographs.
Damn.
I'm just like, yo, all these guys. I'm like the only one back in. I'm thinking I'm clever because I'm like, oh, I know where to go to get these guys autographed.
And
And
they're still
everybody
burning
big
you.
leagued me. And he just went out, like, walking towards, like, the yard house. And I was just like, went back and I was just like, damn, again?
Okay. Which
All the superstars are just going to be like this?
Which-
And I'm like, this is an all-star event. This is, like, for the fans.
Future Hall of Famers.
So then everybody's like, afterwards, like, oh, they're going to walk the red carpet into Staples Center the next day on the day of the All-Star game. They're going to do a big red carpet, and you can get everybody's autographs then. Like, that's what other people were saying. Why does it happen the next day they cancel that event and there is no red carpet?
They canceled the red
They
carpet?
canceled the red carpet. I don't know what happened, like logistics or whatever the issue was, but they're like, it was out on Twitter that they canceled it. So they were just like taking like the little buses down the tunnel from the hotel.
Well-
from the hotel across the street to Staples Center. They weren't even walking. They were being shuttled in.
Well, I don't know
And I was
why-
just like, I hate the NHL. Like,
Why-
honestly, that left such a bad taste in my mouth with the league.
Why did you show the kid in that way? Thinking there's an underground tunnel in Microsoft Theater to
Right.
Staples Center.
But like, if there was maybe cameras there and it was a good publicity thing, they'd be right there trying to sign. But it was just like, literally just me, and I'm not even exaggerating that. Or there was like 4 other people, literally just me there trying to get autographs. And I don't know if they thought I was some like autograph hound or some reseller. And I was like, no, this is the perfect opportunity
I always
because the
say
All-Star.
personalize it. That's
Right?
that's how I get them to sign. I always get. By the way, thanks for joining us, guys. If you're just checking in, we're talking about. But fucking, I always get like Mark Pryor. I was like, hey Mark, can I get your autograph, man? I was a big fan of yours when I was a kid. He's like, yeah. And I was like, can you personalize it? He's like, yeah. Are you sure? I'm like, yeah. It's for my personal collection. I don't
Yeah.
sell this shit. He's like, for sure. And he was really happy after that.
And see, like I was doing it because I was gonna give it to a present for my dad, like of all the signatures on it. So I was like compiling this big canvas with everybody's signature.
Yeah.
So I had two of them. I had one for all the Hall of Famers with the Hall of Fame logo, and then I had one with the NHL All-Star Game logo. The Hall of Famer one, I got it filled. I got like 22 Hall of Famers to sign it.
Really?
The NHL All-Star ones, I had like 3 of them, and one was like Justin Falk and like I forget
cool, though.
like Holtby. I only got like
Holtby's
3.
a really nice guy.
I got
So
Holtby was cool.
What's your best autograph you got from the Hall of Fame one?
The Hall of Fame Lemieux,
Lemieux?
and I barely got that. He got mad at me too. He was like,
Why?
Oh, wow.
I don't know. Like, he got swarmed. He went to that Wolfgang Puck, and everybody knew he was at Wolfgang Puck. So, like, at the exit, there was probably like
Just
20
waiting.
people. So, when he came out, he got swarmed, and I got, like, inside position, and I had this big canvas, and he was avoiding and not wanting to sign it, and I kept, like, trying to, like, can you please sign it? Can you please sign it? Can you please sign it? Finally, at the end, he got mad and signed it, and, like, just took off. I was like,
I had
doesn't
a-
matter,
Good
got
shot,
signature.
I had a
Right? Get out
I had
my
a cool
face.
experience with Kopitar, even though I didn't get what I wanted. I met all the Kings at fucking LA Live. I met Nolan there, got a picture with him. He was super cool. He was a little reluctant at first, but I was like, dude, you're literally waiting for a friend.
Nolan's super cool.
Yeah, he was waiting for friends to get out of the Wells Fargo ATM. I was like, hey, Nolan, like, no one's here, bro. I've never met any Kings players before. Can you take a picture of me? He's like, sure, for sure.
Nolan's an actual friend of the podcast, by the way.
Yeah, and he took a picture of me and my friggin', I said gap teeth. He's like, This is like during the playoffs too, the 2014 run.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
like I won't forget what round it was, but they were all staying at the Ritz. And then I saw, I don't know if this was like during the finals or not. I want to say it was. And then I saw Kopitar right after that in the same night.
Oh, yeah?
I saw Kopi going to dinner with his wife, and it was her name Inez Kopitar.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh my God, there's Kopi. And I'm like, yo, Anze, bro, like, can I get a picture with you, man, or something? As I'm walking by, I'm walking, and I see him, and he's like, hey, not right now, man. I'm on a date with my wife. And I was like, he's like, hey, what's up? I was like, can I get a picture? He's like, not right now, man. I'm on a date with my wife. I was like, I understand, man. Thank you for saying hi, though. He's like, yeah, for sure. And that was it. That was like all I said. But
I
at
mean,
least
at least
he
he
was
talked
very
to you.
respectful. He was nice about it.
It's better than just
Yeah.
straight being ignored and not
Yeah,
even
it's
a word.
disrespectful.
Yeah, exactly.
He was like, nah, man, I honestly, like, I'm on a date with my wife. I want to enjoy it. I'm like, dude, I can respect your personal time with the people you love.
I think the worst celebrity I dealt with when I have sometimes with at my work, I have some celebrity golf tournaments, some celebrity events out there. And
That was Tiger Woods.
Oh.
no, and Tiger Woods has not been there.
He would have fainted.
You know what's funny? This guy lives up to the hype. He was there for this golf tournament supporting one of his buds, Barry Bonds.
What?
Big asshole?
Oh yeah, I
Barry
was like,
still sucks?
I've heard nothing but that he's an asshole.
yeah.
Yeah, I've
Even
heard that too.
he almost does it on purpose. I
Like,
think.
he
I feel
likes
like
being the bad guy.
He loves being the bad
Yeah,
guy.
I've heard that.
Like I feel like somebody like we had to get some things like do this. Like now here my buddy do this for me. So he has like he
Were you
doesn't
trolling on Bustos?
No.
Did you give him a syringe?
No, I wasn't trolling him.
Are we recording the show right now?
This is on.
Yeah.
This is live.
Yeah.
This is being
so that's
recorded.
probably the guy. That's one of the guys I think.
I mean, I can see that.
Um,
And like, back to the whole LA Live All-Star Game thing, I felt bad because I was there like, obviously, I was there for like 3 straight days for like 8 hours every day. Just like posted up because I'm a fan of Hall of Famers. And so at the Starbucks right there at LA Live, I'm like sitting outside of it and I'm just like all tired and I'm waiting. And then out from the Starbucks comes Patrick Waugh and his wife.
No.
I'm like, yo, that's Patrick Waugh. So I run up to him real quick, like, Patrick, can you sign this? And he's like, yeah, cool, no problem. And he signed it, right?
Cool, dude.
And then everybody who's like way down at the end
noticed.
sees me, notices it happening, and then he just gets swarmed, and I felt like
You
bad
knocked him
because
out,
yeah, dude,
yeah.
because I blew up the spot.
And then was he cool? Did he sign everybody's stuff or no?
I don't know, like I kind of left, and he was just swarmed. He got mobbed. Patrick Waugh got mobbed, and I was just
Bro.
like, sorry.
I don't know how I get so lucky, bro. Like, I've never had that issue where, like, I've narked out. Even celebrities, bro. Like,
Yeah,
I'll never
blew it
forget I
up.
was working at GameStop when I was, like, 18.
Uh-huh.
And Darren Malakian from System of a Down, lead guitarist, comes in. One of my favorite bands, my second favorite band of all time. comes in, and nobody recognized him. He's wearing a Kings jersey too.
And he wears them in the videos and stuff, right? Yeah.
We're one of his big Kings fan. He even wore like Kings jerseys and shirts when he was recording the albums, like Toxicity and stuff.
Yeah.
But he comes in, no one recognizes him, and I'm like, oh my God, it's Darren Milwaukee. I'm on the register, and he's at the Skyrim midnight release.
Yeah.
To put you in
Yeah,
perspective.
yeah. How long ago this
Yeah,
was?
exactly. So Skyrim midnight release, he's there at friggin' GameStop, and he comes up.
Where was this at?
This is at Eagle Rock Plaza.
Okay.
So I'm like, oh my gosh, he's here. And so he walks up, and I'm like, hey, how you doing, sir? He's like, good, good. I'm like, hey, can I see your ID just to make sure it's the M-rated game? I knew. He's like, yeah, for sure.
You're trying to be slicker
And I
there?
saw his ID. I was like, oh my God, it's really him.
You're
And I
fangirling?
Yeah, and I told him, but I've been around celebrities because of my dad and stuff.
Uh-huh.
So I was like, hey, man, level with you. I just want to make sure it was you. But I just want to say I'm a really big fan. I don't want to burn you out because I know there's a lot of people here. But I wanted to say thank you so much for your music. It's been so influential in my life. And you guys, I'm so grateful you guys have shared your art and talent and make this world a better place. Thank you, Darren. And he's like, wow, dude. Like, that's so nice of you. No one's ever said that like that, man. It means a lot to me. What's your name? I'm like, Ray. He's like, Ray, Darren, nice to meet you. Shook my hand, dude. He's like, thank you for being a fan, bro. Thank you for being supportive. I was like, this is so cool. And here's Skyrim. God bless you.
You're like,
So,
you get it first
that
before
was
Like, and
everybody
and then
else.
he walked out. No one knew who he was. It
So
was crazy.
my favorite story, the best person ever. I'm in Australia for the 2000.
Roosters, we've done
14.
14.
we've done like 10 episodes, and at least
you-
on 6 of those episodes, you've mentioned
I've been
Australia.
to Australia.
I was there for the baseball
Little known
series.
fact, I've
In
been to
like my
Australia.
accent still bad. And then
So
I've never been
I was
there.
there for the Dodger series down there in Australia.
What was it called again?
The fuck. It was
Watch your profanity.
it was wild. Anyway, so we're down there. We're wandering around the city. We walk into one of the casinos down there. I went to find out it's a team hotel of the Dodgers.
Well, it says you knew.
No, I didn't know. I literally just got off the plane that day, so I did not know that was a team hotel. We're walking down the
Like,
main
sir, we
lobby.
asked you to leave here.
And it's Manny Mota.
No, well, and the Dodgers are playing an exhibition game that night, so
Yeah.
no Dodgers are inside. But
I know where this is going.
the great Vin Scully is walking down the escalator.
Can we just stop you and I
And
can
Bruce
tell
is
you I
locked.
hate you?
Right?
So I literally walked down
Froze?
the escalator, and I don't have a camera, don't have nothing down there.
That's perfect.
So I'm walking down. Vin's walking with his wife. Me and my dad are walking next to each other. It's like, hey, it's Vin Scully. We go up. It's like, hey, Mr. Scully, I'm glad to see you. I'm glad to meet you. We're a big fan. He's like, thanks, guys.
Thanks,
I
Josh.
appreciate it. No one's around. No one knows who Vin Scully is. It's only me and my dad there talking, having a quick conversation with Vin Scully in Australia for that series.
Right.
Dude.
That's wild.
Okay, so you ready for a funny Vin Scully story?
Yes.
And
Alright,
I
go ahead,
love,
sorry.
and my favorite thing about my mom is
She
my
didn't believe you.
mom is like maybe 500 feet away, and she's like, she's who are you guys talking to? And she realized that's Vince Scully. Oh my god, that's Vince
She
Scully.
freaks out. That's so funny.
Yeah, she freaks out, and my dad and I are like, no, she's cool.
Yeah.
Oh, you mean Uncle Vin?
Yeah, that's we go way back.
No big
Barbecues
deal.
and all.
It's like, I do wish I had a camera to take a picture, and he would so do it.
Oh, of
He's
course.
Probably
He's-
the,
Your
Good.
phone wasn't on you?
well, this is international, so
Yeah, so the phones aren't this.
So your
this is-
camera doesn't work on your
No,
phone?
you don't carry it because it doesn't work. Your phone doesn't work out there.
It really doesn't work that well down there.
So there's no point carrying with you.
yeah,
I still carry it because
I
there's
feel like
something
For
your
called
photos,
still
yeah.
works.
Wi-Fi.
That's the best. What do you remember? This is like what 5 years ago. So the flip phone.
They didn't have cell phones back then.
Some of the
The
cameras.
iPhone 5 was
Some of the
only
cam-
out. 6 was out.
Some of the cameras were not the best cameras, but they were decent.
Yeah, only 8 megapixels.
Right? It's still Vin Scully. I'd have a grainy photo of Vin
Dude,
Scully.
I have a
that
grainy grainy blurry photo walking through Staples Center that same era on a Samsung 2, and it's with Luke Robitaille. You can still see it's Luke Robitaille.
I have a
Like,
horrible picture of Vin Scully at the World Series. Me and Marty were up on the club level.
yeah, how-
and we were up there, and we were like, somehow we got up there, and we just like posted up. We're like, we're going to
Well-
see all the famous people walking through and stuff like that.
There's
And-
one reason why you got up there. It's Mari.
No, that was something else. It was a free Coke giveaway,
Oh yeah.
and we went over there, and we just never left the area. But anyway, we were like posted up, and we're like, oh, we're gonna see all the famous people. And sure enough, Vince Scully's walking by, and he's pushing his wife. She's in a wheelchair, And so everyone's trying to get pictures of him, and I'm like, so I like take a picture, and he's like walking by me, but he's blurry. I'm in focus, and you see like blurry Vin Scully behind me.
Did you see?
That's one of my most treasured
It's a
possessions.
blur of
During
gold.
that
You see
World-
that blur right
during
there?
that World
That's Vin.
Series, didn't you get like see all the Kings during that?
Yeah, then all the Kings were there, and I got a picture of Dowdy and
When was this?
the first
Game
World Series.
Game 6 or Game 7 of World Series?
Game
I
6.
think it was Game 6.
Yeah.
Oh, the
And
World
Bustos-
Series?
Yeah, the World Series.
Dang.
I
So
was-
that's why we were up there, and
I was
Bustos was
late.
downstairs the whole time waiting for us to come back down, and he was like, "Where are they at? They'll be here." And me and Mario up there like shaking.
Well-
got a picture with Kareem, got a picture
Yeah.
with Dowdy.
It was like-
a blurry picture with Vin.
I
It
think
was-
it's cool
it
that
was-
Dowdy
hey,
likes baseball.
It was
like
like
that.
Yeah,
that
it
was
was
your thing. Like you were there for the Game 6 of World Series, all the celebrities.
Yeah.
While we're waiting for you, but Mario and I were in the press box for Vince
Oh,
Scully
yeah.
last game.
That's pretty sick. I almost went to that game in SF, and then I had to work.
Well, no, we're talking
That's-
about the
no,
last home game.
Oh, I know, but when
He's talking about the final
last
Yeah.
game,
Yeah.
October 2nd, 2016, I want to say it was. I could be wrong on the date. Don't judge me, but I remember I was up in NorCal living there, and I wanted to go to that series, and the tickets just skyrocketed, and I had to work. I was like, bro, I need to be there. And I like cried because I couldn't afford it, and I couldn't be there. I was like, I need to be there.
Right.
It's
It's
40
Vin.
miles away.
It's
like,
Vin.
yeah, it was a bummer, but I remember I was working at AAA for a while, and I was an insurance agent, and we get calls from customers, and so I'm like in the middle of a call, or the call just ended, and my coworker taps me on the shoulder. He's like, "Bro, this guy two cubicles over is talking on the phone with Vince Scully,"
You're just like,
and I'm
"What?
like, "What?" And he doesn't know who
Put,
it is.
put me through.
But like basically, the supervisor was monitoring the guy's calls just to check, and he didn't know it was Vince Scully. He
How
doesn't
do
know.
you not?
He's like, "Oh, like after the phone call."
Some guy named Vincent.
He's it says Vincent Scully, and he's like, I knew the voice sounded familiar, I just didn't know what. I'm like,
You're like,
that's the
bro.
most recognized
Iconic.
sports voice
Yeah.
in any sport in the
Was-
history of the United
what-
States of America.
Was he a
Yeah.
sports fan?
I don't know, maybe like a football guy, but I don't remember the guy's
he
name.
doesn't-
But
he
like,
doesn't know that Vince Scully called the catch.
dude,
Right.
the catch, everything.
The
And I'm
most
like,
iconic sports broadcast
literally
ever.
in the
Yeah.
entire history of professional American sports. And I'm sitting here like, you suck. Because if I answered that call 2 seconds before, if I didn't answer that call 2 seconds before, I might have got to talk to Vin
Right.
and add his Prius. He drives like a Prius. He's
Oh.
like very low, humble guy. But I just thought it was
That
crazy.
is a Benzo with all the Mercedes plugs he does now.
He has a
Or the-
Mercedes too.
I love Vin.
A Tesla? Bung, tell us about
Your
He used
Tesla.
to when he used to work at Best Buy over in where was it? Studio
Fox
City,
Hills.
Fox Hills,
Silver City, yeah.
and frequent by the Lakers and Kardashians and who else? Who else?
I mean, Chloe. Dude, I got in trouble for going up to Chloe. I got in trouble for going up to Chloe.
He got
bro.
starstruck. He called me like in the middle of a shift, bro. I fell in love. She's even more beautiful in person.
Bro, I'm taller than her.
He's like, I'm actually taller than her. She said,
Right.
Good
yeah,
old
bro.
Kardashian.
I feel like she's like 6'7", dude.
right? I thought her and Lamar were the same height.
No, dude, like.
And
she
was
came
it-
with Their entourage and like, she's taking pictures. They're doing this event, charity event, I guess. And so, I'm working. I got my uniform on, Best Buy, you know. And so she's like not paying attention to me. She's ignoring me.
You're like, hello, I'm
So,
standing
this is Chloe
here.
right
See my beautiful face?
Yeah, this is Chloe, and I'm like right here. There's
That's
like
Silver Surfer.
little kids, dude. So I'm like,
She's like, why is he breathing so heavy?
right?
tapped her?
I tapped her shoulder.
And then he got fired that afternoon.
Yep. He
Yo,
did?
so then like I tapped her shoulder, and I'm like her security like rushed me basically, bro. Like moved me out of the way.
Don't touch the
obviously,
talent.
right? Yeah, basically. And so then I walked away, and I was just like, I called DJ, and I'm like, yo, bro, Khloe Kardashian was in here. I was freaking out.
And
bro.
every time a Laker would come through too, he's
yeah,
like,
it was
yo,
the Lakers, yeah.
never believe who just
Kuzma's
came
here.
through.
Yeah,
But-
for sure, dude.
Kuzma did go through, I think, right?
No, but then after I left, and I was like facing the aisles, like just organizing and shit. And one of the security guards comes with the GM, bro. That was him. And so then I'm
Wow.
like, yeah, bro. And at the time was Margie, you know.
Shout out.
Shout out to
Yeah,
Margie.
friend of the podcast, dude. So then he's telling her something, and so he leaves, and so she comes up to me, and I was like, I'm so sorry. She's like, don't worry about it, you're good.
She's like, you
Damn,
should have
Margie's
punched
a
her.
I'm
homie.
always in line 100% right now, Margie.
Margie for the win.
How scared were you were going to get fired right there,
Dude,
bro?
yo,
thought that
I
was
just
it?
tapped Khloe Kardashian in the
He
freaking
touched
show.
your shoulder. No one touches
Can we
Khloe
talk about how that
Kardashian's
security guard's
shoulder.
a piece of crap for like
They're
trying to narc
They're
on
paid.
Vaughn?
They're paid to
No
do
shit.
that.
Still,
He
though, I mean,
tapped her shoulder, and it was a bomb threat. He
Well,
needs to be fired.
You know how they are. You know how they
well,
are.
I guess because he's wearing a
Nah.
Best Buy uniform,
Yeah.
it's even more frowned upon, I guess.
But I mean,
That's weird. I'd rather have the guy working there tap me on the shoulder.
Right?
Can you help me with this?
That,
You work here.
school
I know.
You're like, I was just trying to help a customer. I thought she needed help buying a computer. Just,
You know what
that
I'd
was
like
great
to?
customer
You know what
service.
I'd like to tap again?
Uh-oh.
I'd like to tap my mouse and go back to the good old days of early social media.
Are we talking about MySpace?
We're talking about MySpace, baby.
Are we talking about your buddy Tom?
Our buddy Tom.
All of our buddy
'Cause
Tom.
tonight, baby, I
R.I.P.
wanna go on MySpace with you. You remember that?
No.
That was a Bruno Mars song
You know,
About MySpace?
that he made, which was a remix of Silk Freak Me, baby.
you know what's,
And he literally made a MySpace remix that was like very unheard of, but I heard it through like a troll like on my internet gaming. I was trying to find a song for years, and I found it. It's Bruno Mars, bro, on his original MySpace account.
You're just
Before he
like,
was famous.
what?
it's just crazy how social media has developed since MySpace.
It's over the top
That
now.
was like
Yeah.
the framework.
Yeah, it was
But I
like
love it.
That was the foundation.
the foundation.
And remember, like, you do top 8, and like before it was a big thing. If you
Yeah.
were in someone's
Yeah.
top 8, if you got removed from it, it would start drama. And then MySpace at a point made it all the way to top 100.
Yeah.
They're like, we don't want no more beef.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, like circa 06-07.
Yeah, I do know that. I do remember that was drama. Like if you were in or you weren't in
I
someone's
know.
If you
top
got
8.
removed from the top 8, oh, it
yeah,
was hands, bro.
it's crazy.
Like, yo, I was number 3 2 weeks ago, and
Yeah.
now I'm not even on your list.
And I'd like to know why. But you know what's interesting? Top 8 was the originator.
Okay.
And I'd like us to give a nod to Tom, our old buddy.
Not Tommy. Not our friend
Not
Tommy.
Tommy.
No,
was
not
supposed
our
to be
friend
here.
Tommy that's not with us right now.
For how many straight weeks is this?
Was this week 3, boys?
3
It's been
straight
a
weeks.
month, maybe?
Week 4?
A
Dang. What a bungus, dude.
Straight bungus,
Straight booty, man. I
Bungus
even brought
like, wow.
Modelo's for him.
right?
And
Bad
Bustos is
friend
drinking.
alert.
And
Bustos
Bustos
is
actually
drinking
drank
for
some.
him.
Bustos
I
had
don't
his beer.
drink, I
Thank
don't
you,
drink,
Boosty.
And they're like,
We never,
Really?
we never let beer go to waste in this podcast. But boys, top 8. We gonna need your top 8 NHL and NBA draft
Combined.
combined.
So are we, me
So
and you,
top 8.
are we gonna do a mock draft?
Let's do a little mock draft, and we're gonna see
In the style of MySpace, you're
if
saying.
what team you are, right? In your opinion, what teams need,
Mm-hmm.
you know, the pick. So we have the first pick in this year's draft. It's New Jersey,
I'm saying.
right? New Jersey. If you're the New Jersey
Jack
GM,
Hughes going to the Devils. For
you think
sure?
you think Hughes is going to?
I think so, bro. I think they're.
So if you're the
pushing
GM
for
of the Devils, you pick Jack Hughes over Capo Caco.
that. From what I've read so far, bro, I would probably
I think I've seen enough. Jack Hughes would probably be the pick, but I wouldn't be opposed to taking Kako first.
I'd go Kako.
Do you think though that New Jersey needs Caco, or do you think they need Hughes more? I mean, do they need a scoring right winger, or do they need a playmaker center?
They need a lot of help.
I mean, you think about their star player left wing is in his last year's contract, if I'm not mistaken, with Taylor Hall.
Yeah.
His
Yeah,
last year's
yeah,
next
yeah,
year, so there's a good chance he gets moved or traded. Do you think they draft Jack Hughes to try to keep him there? Because I hear Jack Hughes playmaking
I think
ability is unreal.
I think you go Jack.
But Caco's unreal too.
I think you go Jack. I know the Rangers would love to have Jack Hughes. It would be a perfect fit. I feel for them.
Yeah, I know. That's what I was saying last time. I feel like Hughes in New York is like too good of a pick, but I don't know if the Devils.
And I feel like
that.
Caco would work way better from New Jersey.
Yeah.
You have a scoring winger like that on
Yeah.
a line with Taylor Hall.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Then you
it's
put
scary.
Paul Mary
Yeah,
down the
he's,
middle or someone. I forget their top line center
That's scary.
is like
So
Pavel
is
Zacha or somebody.
Keiko
but-
like playing as soon as he's drafted?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
next season?
he'll
He'll-
make
I
the
thought he
team
was,
right away.
Restricted.
No.
Nah.
No.
Okay.
He's I mean, he's been playing overseas and stuff like that.
He'll
Yeah,
come
he just
over.
won- He just won like some.
So yeah, actually, Capo Caco is the first player to win under 18, under 20, and World Championship gold before playing a game in the NHL. First player in NHL history.
Caco?
Caco.
He's
Okay.
so good.
So, Ray, what do you think?
Scary
What do you think the draft order is going to be?
Well, for right now, I mean, their number one center is Nico Hischier, and like that's
And that was from last year,
that's
2
if
years ago.
Zajac doesn't come back. Travis Zajac, he's old.
That was their top pick like a year or two ago,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, basically, it was yeah. So I feel like with Hischier, I mean, they do need center, but I mean, also in the right wings they have Joey Anderson, Nathan Bastian, Drew Stafford, and Michael McLeod. And I can tell you, I've only ever heard of Drew
Stafford.
Stafford.
Same here.
Like, so, I mean, there's some guys there that you could talk about, make a point. But even then, like, I feel like Kako, because they have Pavel Zakin down the middle, they have Nico Hischier down the middle. Like, those guys I know of, and they're decent centermen. I feel like they need Kako more, but Hughes would also booster them. I also don't think you let a guy like Hughes go, even if he wasn't as flashy as early as Kako. So I think in my top 8, top 1,
And your pick for number 1 and number 2 is?
number 1 spot is Hughesy. Number 2 is Capo Kako.
I agree. I think either or will be a good fit for both teams.
And I think everybody pretty much knows 1 and 2 is going to be a combination of them, and it's just either way. Number 3, I feel like, is where it starts getting interesting.
Now where you get the controversy.
Yep.
Am I in your top 3 or not?
Yeah.
And even then with the Rangers, like, they need right wingers. So Kako works perfectly.
So what do
You're
you?
gonna put him on the line with
so where-
Ryan Strome.
So we're gonna put yeah. So
Maybe even Mika Zibanejad.
so
So number 3.
number 3, Chicago. Who's Chicago's top 3?
And that's where it gets silly. Because where do you think Chicago needs the most help? Do you
Everything.
think their
Everything.
defensemen?
They
Do you think
need-
their defense
Do you
has
need
been
defense
bolstered?
or a centerman?
I mean, Chicago only missed the playoffs by a couple points this
Yeah.
year. They had a good push at the end.
Yeah, they got hot in the end.
I think you take the best centerman.
I mean, a lot of people are saying it's Alex Turcotte, but why do you need a
Or
centerman?
Dylan Cousins.
I mean, the thing is, their lines right now is Kajula, Tays, Kane. You know, Dylan Strome is the second line center with DeBrincat and Perlini. That's a solid 2 lines.
Yeah, but Jonathan.
And then it drops off a little bit. You have Artem Anisimov as the third line center, and then David Kampf. All names that any regular hockey fan would know, and they're solid on the side.
But you don't need a wing. They have.
I mean, you don't need wings, but I mean, as soon as that second line, other than Perlini, like Dominic Cahoon and John Hayden are guys that are very exchangeable. That's also Chris Kunitz is probably going to be leaving the Hawks.
Yeah.
So you got to figure where they're going to need help, and I really think they're going to go off of the rocks there. I mean, because there's no one available, I feel like they're going to get Dylan Cousins. I feel like Cousins will be able to transfer to the wing easier, and I think that he will fill that gap with his play style for the Hawks.
So you're gonna put Dylan Cousins 3?
Yeah, because he's a center wing combo, better than Turcotte. Turcotte's
Yeah.
more of like a straight center.
Yeah.
I think Dylan Cousins probably. I think Cousins and Turcotte is gonna go 3 and 4. That's my opinion.
So you think Turcotte's going to go 4?
Yeah, it's gonna be 3 and 4. One of those two is gonna go 3. The other one's gonna go at 4.
And I think at this point, Colorado, do they need their forward core is pretty solid.
But
Yeah,
they don't
they're-
need defensemen too.
they're
They
good.
got a whole bunch of young defensemen down there. I've been reading.
Yeah, I mean,
Colorado-
Colorado's going to be scary.
I was going to say, Colorado's going to be scary in a couple of years.
Yeah.
They already are scary, but
Yeah.
they're going to get real scary.
But do they really need another defenseman?
I just feel like their depth is solid. I mean, they got Derek Brassard on the fourth line.
Can you imagine if the lottery didn't happen and it was just in order of
How
the
bad
way
is?
the season finished, and they got Kako or Hughes
But
on
how bad?
Colorado?
How bad is?
They'd be a powerhouse.
How bad if Ottawa? How bad is Mads Otto for that trade last year?
right? From Anthony Shane.
Yeah, I mean,
They're a
they
joke.
messed up big
They're a
time. He's
joke.
not even there anymore. So
Yeah.
Ottawa stays Ottawaing. Terrible. But I think you're right. I don't want. I think they take Alex Turcotte.
Yeah.
I think he fits better for them. They can move him later if they need to.
So
They can
that's-
upgrade the centerman.
3-4.
That's
So
my
now
top 4.
the important pick,
Top 5, LA Kings.
number 5.
I think it's down to 2 players now. If Turcotte and Cousins are gone,
Yeah, who do you think?
it's probably Byram or Doc.
I think it's not going to be either of them.
Who do you think is going to be at 5?
If Cousins and Turcotte are gone by that
3
time,
and 4.
Yeah.
I'd be very disappointed if the Kings drafted Byram. We don't need defense right now.
Yeah, but it's always hard to
And
find.
we don't need left shooting D.
But it's always hard to find an elite defender.
That's very true. But at the same time, like
But you could find.
right now, the immediate need in 2 years, because all these guys, even Byram, is not going to be NHL ready.
Yeah.
He's going to be a year or 2 away. All these guys in the top 10 are a year or 2 away. So you think about a year or 2 away, we'll probably have guys like, sorry, I'm kind of drawing a blank, but
Mickey Anderson.
I mean, Mikey
Kyle,
Anderson.
Mike
You
Anderson.
have all these
Kyle
guys
Klog,
in the system. Caleb Plague is like
Brickley.
literally so ready.
Brickley.
I mean, we have Daniel Brickley. He needs development. You have so many guys that you just don't. They're solid D-men.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe not elite, but they're solid. They can move the
But-
puck well.
But do you take a chance of not passing up on an elite defenseman?
I do. If I can get faster, and if I can get a guy that's ready in a year or two, maybe with flashes of brilliance, I think Trevor Zegras is going to be the Kings pick.
Wow.
If Turkett and Cousins are gone, Zegras has gotten so many looks.
I still
He's a
feel like
left-handy.
I still feel like they're gonna take best player available, not even like even if defenseman or whoever it is, and then possibly use him as a trade asset or something. You
Yeah.
take the best player and try to.
I mean, and
work
don't
a
forget,
deal.
as much as we love Alex Martinez, he's getting old up there in age too.
Trade him.
So you could trade Alex Martinez, and there's where Bowen could be the second.
I feel like I can't remember the last time the Kings drafted just for position. I feel like they've always taken just best player available no matter what. And even when it's frustrating sometimes, you're like, why didn't you take this guy? Why didn't you do this? It's always like whatever the best player left is usually the route that they go.
And I
And
feel
I
like
don't
they
know
go-
if that's
I
on
feel like they go the
Lombardi.
opposite.
No, I feel like they always go.
best
Yeah,
player.
and that's
they have
the
a draft board, and I think
And that's
What
the
about,
debate
what
they
about-
always have.
What about with God, with what's his face, Thomas Hickey?
yeah, but that was
He wasn't
like
best player
12
available.
years ago.
yeah.
It was and that was probably the most scrutinized pick that they've ever done because of that too, because they went completely off the board. And
They did the
what
same
did
thing with Forbert.
What did the Giants do? The
Or
New
the-
York Giants?
Would do it quarterback, and it went off the board where you got to draft. him
Yeah,
on the
that was
second
exactly the same
pick. And
thing
the
that
Kings had
done back
multiple.
then
Didn't the Kings have no, they didn't have multiple picks that year.
Look at Forbert though.
in 2007.
Yeah,
Look at Forbert though.
Forbert was part of that.
He was 2010 draft.
Yeah.
Do you know who
And
got drafted right after Derek Forbert?
Emerson Edom?
No, Vladimir Tarasenko.
Oh. Who was the one from Long Beach?
That was
Edom?
him.
Yeah, because I remember the Ducks got him like right after, because everybody at Staples
And he was
was
a junior
like,
king, I think.
get him, and then they got Forbert, and he was still on the board, and there was just everyone was like upset.
Well, the problem is also people don't realize it's also about development of your organization.
But King's development is top tier right now.
Yeah, so-
elite level.
That's the thing. Back in the day, I felt like the Kings' development was not the best.
And now we finally got to a point where you can turn these guys around faster. than
Especially when it
expected.
comes to goalies. The Kings
Oh my
goalies,
God,
Kings
Bill
go-
Ranford is.
Well,
is
they're like
here's the thing.
god level.
I've been reading like maybe in the second round you take Spencer Knight.
I don't even know who that is.
That's the goalie.
you think so?
I've been reading people.
I've heard that Spencer Knight's going still top 20.
Yeah, but I've been hearing like if he's there, they might take him.
Yo,
Oh, why
Vegas,
wouldn't you?
Vegas has to take that guy.
I know.
He's he's the
the
top.
Knight.
I mean, he's
He's
a
a
top
top goalie.
goalie. So
Yeah,
He's the number one goalie,
number one goalie in the draft.
and he's supposed to go where?
In the top, not late first round.
Okay.
See, that's the thing. Like, and everybody's saying Matthew Robertson is going to be the 22nd pick at this moment.
Yeah.
And he's a defenseman. He's a left-handed defenseman.
Yeah,
you know,
but
big, strong skating guy. Has a big shot.
I know one thing for sure about this draft: the Kings will take one defenseman, one forward.
In the first round.
Yeah.
I.
So even if
agree.
best
I
player
agree.
available is
A forward,
all defensemen, you're still gonna say they're gonna
I
They
think
need
they'll,
go
forwards.
against
they
it.
need to take one.
I
defenseman,
agree.
one forward.
They do need forwards, and I would personally draft for like needs, but I'm just saying like given the history,
And tell you the truth, the Kings need a lot still.
I mean,
I think you find some wings and forwards in free agency and all that stuff. Defensemen are just hard to grow, and if you find a great defenseman and all the top.
I feel like development for defensemen is the hardest development.
Yeah. So if you have someone who
it
has the
takes so
talent,
long.
somebody you have the talent who can be instantly, I think you just take the chance to take him.
So I respect that. I respect that.
Okay, so we
So number 5, you say it's gonna
you
be
say
Byram.
you say Byram, you say and
I don't think it's Byram.
And I say Byram, you say Zargas.
I say Zegras, Trevor Zegras.
Detroit,
If Turkett and Cousins
Bowen's
are-
not getting past. Byram's not getting past 6. Detroit will take
No,
him.
I think at that point
Yeah.
Detroit takes him because Detroit can take anybody
Yeah.
at this point. Maybe
I think
bonus
no.
round, right?
I think 6 Zagras will go 6 to Detroit.
okay.
I think
I think they're gonna. I think
I
they're
think
gonna take
Doc
Byram.
will go 7 to Buffalo.
I think Doc is a lock for Buffalo. I think he
I
fits
think-
perfectly. They need the size, good skill set.
And I think Edmonton will either take Cole Caulfield or Matthew Baldy.
I say we do a live show on the day of the draft.
we definitely do.
We should,
And
because
then
that
we
would be the
can
day
watch it.
before. That would be the day after the NBA draft too. So we could kind of combo both.
Good stuff.
Just piggyback here.
Who's
Yeah.
who's your top 8 again?
I think it's gonna be Jack Hughes,
I got
Kako,
right.
Turco-
I don't have the names
Alex,
in front of me.
Turcoy,
I'm with
on
Ray on
Cousins, Byram.
You're
Do
just
you think
like,
the Kings are gonna get
ditto.
Zegras?
I'm gonna on this.
He's like,
Yeah.
ditto.
So me and you have an we're very close, but we're very
It's just
Different-
that Kings pick is
yeah,
really.
the difference. The
Yeah.
Kings pick will decide the rest of that draft.
I,
They really will.
I think the Kings are getting Byram.
Okay.
But-
You?
Yeah.
If
I
the
mean-
Kings pick Byram, I'm gonna be fucking heated.
There, and then I
Excuse
would,
my language. I'm gonna be very mad.
you know who I would go after then with the 22 pick?
You said what?
Suzuki.
I don't need Nick Suzuki's brother, bro.
I like him.
And he's supposed to go later in that first, though, right?
Yeah, late in the first.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
he's
we got
supposed to
three
go,
picks in the first.
Basically 3 picks.
Yeah,
You wanna go for,
early second
second.
round wins.
Okay, so we had our interesting NHL discussion about that. Let's do our top
top 8
A
NBA.
draft.
I have
So-
no idea about this one.
So we already know
I
who's
just
one.
know Zion.
We know number 1 is Zion.
All right, who would win in a fight? Zion versus Jack Hughes and Capo Caco.
I'll give you Zion.
Zion.
Zion 2-on-1. You still
Yeah,
gonna take
that's
Zion?
What about Zion versus Puig and Bumgarner?
Oh, give me Puig. I think Puig.
Puig versus Zion?
I think Puig will win.
Zion, LeBron.
Zion.
Zion because he's younger, maybe?
Yeah.
I don't know. You
LeBron-
saw what happened to
I
that
hate to
shoe,
say-
bro?
I hate to say-
When he stopped and his foot
Unreal.
exploded?
I hate to say
When was
it-
the last time you saw a Nike explode during a game?
Yeah.
Literally never.
Never. Just like
I've
his
seen a big
foot
baller
went-
brand get destroyed. I've seen a big baller brand get destroyed.
Well, big baller brand rolls ankles all the time.
Yep. Rest in peace to those shoes.
Rest in peace, Lonzo's ankle.
Rest in peace, yeah. Okay, so let's talk about. We know number 1 is Zion. We know number 2 is probably Jay Morat.
I don't know anybody, honestly.
Number
I'm not
3.
up
I
on
think
the
Jay
NBA.
Morat's gonna be-
Number 3 is probably RJ Barrett, but the Knicks knows how to screw up picks. So
The Knicks are going to choose Thomas Hickey.
they could do that. They have
Do you
done.
think they get RJ Barrett, or do you think the Lakers get RJ Barrett?
I think the Knicks.
You think New York, just because New York's like prone to like making bad choices?
Yeah,
The city of New York.
they might screw that up.
Just being Knicks being Knicks.
Knicks being Knicks, and he might take Jarrett Culver.
Yeah, dude, they might. And I'd be down to get. I think if that happens, I actually
Oh,
think.
if that happens, and the Lakers get RJ Barrett, that pick is traded as fast as you could say to New Orleans as part of the Anthony Davis trade. Because I heard New Orleans wants to pair AD and RJ Barrett.
You mean Zion and Barrett?
Zion.
Zion
And
and
I
RJ
think,
Barrett.
I think that works, but I think I'm gonna go with you. I think Culver's gonna. I think the Knicks are gonna stun everybody.
But I'm gonna go with RJ Barrett. So.
I think they're gonna snag Culver. I think the Lakers are gonna get Barrett.
I would love that. I don't think that's gonna happen.
I think the Cavs are gonna get DeAndre Hunter, and I think after that, I think it's gonna go pretty straight. Darius Garland, I think is gonna go to Phoenix. Kobe Wright's gonna go to Chicago.
I
and
don't
we
watch
got,
enough college
Nasser
basketball.
Little
I'm finding this out right now.
going to the Atlanta Hawks.
So I think the top 3 is set basically, unless the Knicks does something stupid.
And
the
but I
Knicks,
feel like they will.
the Knicks will do something stupid. So it's gonna be Zion, Jay
I know
Morat,
Zion.
Ja Morant, RJ Barrett. I think if the Lakers keep the pick, which I think they're gonna, it looks like it.
There's
Yeah, they
someone
need to.
named Bobo?
Yeah, Bobo. Monique Bo's,
Yeah, Bobo.
Monique Bo's son.
Dude, I don't watch college.
You didn't
sports.
know
Monique
that?
Bo's
No.
NBA. Monique
Bobo?
Monique Bo is the tallest NBA player of all time.
Yeah, is
And
it
then that's his son.
Look at
7'7"?
number 15.
He's 7'7" or 7'8"?
Seven, like stupid tall.
Ball,
But
ball.
actually,
You better buy his jersey when it comes out.
If the
I
Lakers
thought you said
had,
Volvo.
if the Lakers,
Is it Bolby?
It's B-O-L-B-O.
this is where we need Tommy here, because me and him watch a lot of college basketball.
Right?
That's
If
true.
Bobo was in, if the Lakers had the 11th pick like they should have had,
They would have got Bobo.
I would have drafted Bobo, because he's a center.
It sounds
who
like
can
you're
shoot
saying
three.
bubble.
Bobo.
Bubble.
It's Bolby from
Bol-
So,
from
anyway,
Voltron.
so I think the Lakers. Everyone's predicting the Lakers will take DeAndre Hunter. Most people are predicting the Lakers DeAndre Hunter at 4, because Knicks will take RJ Barrett. I think I like Darius Garland as a better fit for the Lakers, so I'm gonna think the Lakers are gonna take Darius Garland.
I think the Lakers
He's
are very guard or forward heavy. I think the Garland might fit too.
Yeah, I think guard he has other than the top 3, he has the most upside to be a superstar of the group.
So here's my thinking. If the Knicks mess up, we're taking Barrett.
Yeah,
If they don't,
it's either
do you
DJ,
think we take?
it's either Darius Garland or they'll take the safe pick and
I
check
might.
Hunter.
I think Darius Garland will do us well, man. Point
'Cause
guard, we need
Point
that.
point guard who's not, he doesn't pass the ball as well, so he can actually move over to the 2 a little bit, a little bit
Right.
combo guard. He's a little bit like Damian Lillard.
Which is
Which
totally
is a-
fine.
What are the chances that the Lakers don't even pick and it gets traded before the draft even happens?
Right now, probably 40, 60.
What's
40.
Kurt Rambis telling you, Bustos?
Kurt Rambis.
Your boy.
I think New Orleans is starting to listen to trade offers for AD.
What's
just-
Pelinka saying?
I just don't think the Lakers and New Orleans will make that deal right now. I think New Orleans is going to wait and see what the best offer is going to be.
New Orleans, you suck.
Yeah.
Right.
So I think.
It
So
was,
I think
it was
so-
not pass interference.
So I wanted.
mad.
I want
Dude,
Darius.
when we
so-
went to the Dodger game and the girls in front of us were from New Orleans,
Oh yeah. Yes.
and Ray was like, "So no Rams love," and dude, it triggered.
So one
Four
girl
of them
was like,
turned around.
The one girl was like, "Yeah, they fine," and she's like, "No, no, Mom. And she's like, oh, yeah, no.
No,
Go
not the Rams, not the Rams.
So
And you're like, I'm just playing.
One of them got hit with a hot dog in the face.
And it was
That was
because
'cause
of
of
me.
you!
It's fault also.
I dropped the pass, bro.
You're just like
Hey,
opened
that was
up.
that was like
I'm so sorry.
hey,
It deflected out of my glove. dude.
yeah, it did. It
that was like
straight
their
deflection.
pass interference
The
moment.
guy made a bad pass. He was drunk.
No one called Christian on pass interference.
Yeah. So
He
I
did.
say I think Garland's going to go to the Lakers. I think Culver's going to go to Cleveland.
Wow.
I think
And you think DeAndre Hunter's going to drop that much?
yeah, I think DeAndre Hunter's going to be dropping because I think Phoenix needs a point guard. They're going to take Kobe White.
All right, cool.
Wow.
Hey,
I like it, though. I
I
like
think-
it. We'll see.
The pick gets traded. We sign Kawhi, and we go into next year with
Kawhi.
LeBron, Kawhi, and Anthony Davis.
Kawhi's not leaving Toronto. And plus, if we make that pick, if we trade that pick ahead of time, we don't get that deal for
That's
Kawhi. So
Yeah,
you
honestly,
have to make that.
Kawhi is just playing way too good.
So you gotta make that trade after the Lakers make the pick in order to sign Kawhi.
Wait, why is that?
Because the salary cap. So we have to take in Anthony Davis money. If we make the trade before the draft, we got to take in Anthony Davis money. And the cap space we take in will be not enough to give a max deal.
So we have to wait till after.
You got to wait till after you sign.
That's why you're here, Boosters. All those little nuances.
Fun
That's
fact, because that's why that cap when you have luxury tax things like that, it gets really really funky.
Yeah.
The soft cap is bad.
Yeah.
Hard cap lifestyle NHL.
Right? The only league with the hard, right? They're
Yep,
the only
it
with
is.
the hard cap.
Speaking of hard caps and NHL, guys, Stanley Cup Finals.
Uh-oh.
The St. Louis Blues are up
Ray
3-2,
Stradamus.
heading into St. Louis for Game 6. Maybe no Chara, no Grizzlick.
Okay.
I think Chara
small
was,
note.
I think Chara was playing that game 6.
Small note. This episode is being recorded the day before Game 6.
Game 6.
Ray called for, since this podcast has been a thing, the Blues and we're gonna go all the way. And then before the series started, he called Blues in 6.
I've been saying a lot of different things and I've been totally wrong. So maybe I should listen to Ray.
Okay.
And I should listen to you sometimes.
No.
Ebbs and flows.
Also regarding little sidestep back to basketball, NBA Finals, same exact thing. Before the finals started, he
Yeah.
called Raptors versus like, nope.
And everybody
Gonna
was
be
like,
the Warriors. They're gonna sweep them.
Yeah.
And right now,
They're done.
all of
Raptors
Ray's
are up
all of
3
Ray's
games to
predictions
1.
are coming true.
You know what's funny about that? We'll go back to the NHL in 1 second. God damn, Golden State does not look good without those
KD.
star players.
And just Kawhi's on a historic tear.
Yeah.
That man literally looks like Mecha Jordan, Mecha
Right.
Kobe.
Yeah.
Like he's just
Right.
He's taking
like,
over.
Yeah, he's like it's like Kobe and Jordan. LeBron had a kid, and it's Kawhi Leonard.
I love how some of the Toronto fans are trolling Rosen.
Yeah.
It's like
yeah, he
DeMar
died for
DeRozan
this?
died for this.
He did, dude.
Yeah, did you guys
Imagine
see,
how bad he feels.
Did you guys
bro.
see the U-Haul bus driving around?
Yeah.
There's a U-Haul truck driving around Oracle Arena, and on the side of it, they had Aisha Curry with
Yeah.
Kawhi Leonard holding her, like they were married.
No, I didn't see
and
that.
some like Raptor fans
Oh
were
my
driving her around.
That's cold.
That's amazing.
I gotta love
so
after the end of
hilarious.
the game. If you watch some of the YouTube, watch some of the Instagram,
Do not
Yeah.
talk about
the
Drake.
Toronto Raptors fans start singing the Canadian national anthem in Oracle
Oh,
They're
yeah.
after
so
the
happy.
game. Yeah.
I love Canadian fans. They're so obnoxious, but they're great.
Right.
They're so fun about it.
Did you guys
They're
see
never
that-
like angry.
So-
The Raptors
Hey,
are now.
Like, considering
kinda-
they only have like one team.
one basketball team. But I mean,
the
even
whole,
like
country.
as a Kings fan, like you'll see like a lot of Canadian guys will go out for like a boys trip, and there'll
Yeah.
be like 20 of them deep. But they're all fun, even if they're being annoying. They're all like, hey.
Go
But
back to this
they're
topic.
just like the Blue Jays in that sense too. They're the
Yeah,
only Canadian
one
team,
national
so like
team.
the whole country roots for that one
country,
team.
Well,
exactly.
Everybody's rooting for that one team. And actually, they said I don't know if you guys saw this the other day. The
the most
Toronto Raptors are the most valuable franchise in all of Canada.
And they're the most
More
popular
than
team.
the Leafs, more than the Canadians, more than the Blue
Makes
Jays.
sense.
And they're starting to become the
More
most
than the
popular
Canucks
team right
also?
now in Canada.
Yep.
More than all the hockey teams, and the Blue Jays is
How
the only
about
other.
this?
They're the most valuable sports franchise
if
in all
they
of
win
Canada.
the Stanley Cup,
Or the
they're going to
NBA
win.
Finals.
NBA Finals. They're going to.
I'll be surprised.
Canada. An NBA franchise is going to win the NBA Finals before a freaking Stanley Cup is held by a Canadian team.
That's true.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, I
Toronto,
mean, in the Raptors'
the
existence.
Toronto Raptors were not even in existence since the last time the Canadian team.
Because the Raptors
won.
were in '96, right?
Yeah,
The first
Canadian,
season.
since a Canadian team won a Stanley Cup.
Yeah.
I mean, last time a Canadian team won the Stanley Cup, obviously '93.
Yeah.
We're not going to bring this up.
Freaking,
was not
Obviously.
a
freaking
high
wanted it
stick.
sorely. That was
We're
not.
not going to talk about this, but the fact that the Raptors are right now 1 win away. And touching back on, I talked about this a couple episodes ago. We all did our NHL brackets. I said Ray ended up coming in first place, but I told you when this happened, Bustos made the most. His picks made so much sense.
Going in.
They're the most logical picks. The best, probably, if you did this on
Safest.
Vegas, safest picks. Vegas's picks. Bustos had the cleanest sheet of everybody. He ended up coming in last place. This is the exact same thing with the Warriors. Going into it, if you have Warriors versus Raptors, what's the safe pick? What's the pick that makes sense? The Warriors. Give me a break. They've been in the finals for 5 straight years.
And this guy.
And the exact same trend continues.
In Vegas, right, who bet on the Warriors at the start of the season at minus like 200,
Oh, dude.
thinking that's a guarantee.
For who?
Well, let's talk about how I didn't bet for the Blues when the odds were probably like 10-1.
No, they were like
15 to 1.
they were like 100 to 1 during at one time.
Oh
in the
yeah, they
season.
were 400-1 at one point.
What was
terrible.
it? January 2nd. They were the worst
Yeah.
team in the league.
Yeah.
I saw them when they got beat by the Kings, and I saw them. It's fun for me because like I predicted in July that the Blues would win the Stanley Cup. Just thinking about all the teams that made the biggest impact that really could make a big shift. I just thought about it for a couple minutes. Like I think the Blues have a shot, and
Activated
so far
the time
so good.
stone.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
But
let's hope that they finish it off tomorrow.
But we know
Because also Boston sucks. But for me, it's interesting because this is the first time in my life that I'll ever see, in hockey at least, the championship team play. Like I saw a championship team that's not LA in person. So I got to see the Blues in person twice this year.
Okay.
I've only ever seen a team like I think once or never, twice, and win a game, lose a game, and then eventually win the cup. So I got to see a championship team in person. I always like that.
unfortunately, DJ and I saw too many championship teams in baseball.
Right.
Yeah, that's very true. I got to see the Red Sox win, and that was interesting. I mean, that team was unreal. Who else won like the World Series that we saw in person? Oh, the 2013 Red Sox. They came into town. That team was nasty.
How about the other 3 years we don't want to talk about? We were probably our heads were buried in our heads. Those even years.
Right.
Yeah, it's happened plenty of times in baseball for me, but hockey is my first time finally watching a team in person that season and then watching them win the cup.
And how awesome is the fact, like, obviously, I think, once again, we've talked about this before, but we can relate so much. The fact that the Blues fans have waited 50 whatever years, 52 years, are going to get a game at home in which they can win the Stanley Cup.
At home.
At home. That feeling alone.
Sounds like LA Kings stuff.
Yeah.
Exactly. That
but-
feeling alone is a crazy. And the tickets, the most expensive finals ticket ever.
Oh wait,
It's also
now
the-
give me
the
one.
least
Give me 2 minutes.
The
I'm
least
gonna pull.
expensive ticket right now is $4,100.
I'm pulling that up right now.
Yeah.
I'm on.
Why not?
I have the stub of at right now. I can
And
pull
they're
that
saying
up.
it's the most expensive NHL finals ticket ever, which is pretty crazy. Yeah, the Blues home game tomorrow is the most expensive because they have a chance to win the cup at home, and the tickets are like $4,000 or something like
So
that.
right
they're going
now,
for
the
right now.
cheapest seat for Game 6, Section 330 run row N, which is probably the top deck, goes on StubHub for $1,360.
So to get in,
Wait. On StubHub?
Yeah,
I have a price of $1,645, cheapest price.
I got $1,360.
Boostos got the hookup, bro.
Damn,
It'll save you
Boosters got
$300.
some hacker prices.
So basically,
Sorry, that's the lowest single seat.
Yeah.
Lowest single seat is 645. Lowest group seats are 1,360. Row N of Section 331.
yeah, probably
So if
obstructed
you
too.
got, imagine.
But that's the
fees
low.
on
That- and
That's
that's-
the low, not the average.
And that's not even the fees and everything. Add
Yeah,
the-
that is true.
Yeah, I mean those fees for those tickets got to be at
And
least
Tax
$400.
and all that stuff. When you factor everything into it,
That's a $4,000
yeah.
expenditure.
wow. But so like if you're a lifelong Blues fan, and this is your one chance, like you've never seen them in the finals in your lifetime,
It was like
and there's a chance to win the cup at home, do you mortgage?
it was like
If you have the money, why
it was
not?
like us in 2017. Do you go watch?
And the
Game seven.
temptation for season ticket holders who have a chance to sell the ticket and pay for your season seats for
Yeah.
2 more years.
Yeah.
So you're weighing in like, do I sell my ticket and make bank, or do I go to this thing that I've invested so much of my time, money, and energy on to finally see it happen? It's like that inner conflict, and I bet you there's a lot of Blues fans going through that right now.
Yeah.
Just like
And what would you do? Go to the game.
go to the game
I never had that conflict. Luckily for me.
because you have
I
multiple
just
seats.
go.
Yeah, I have multiple seats.
Because Bustos has like 6 seats, so he just sells like 4 of them and
You sell 4 of them.
still
go
makes
too.
money and still gets. He has his cake and eats it too.
I love it.
Come on, Bustos. Cut us some. Cut
He's a
us
smart man.
Business
No, but
of Bustos.
I take a freaking killing during the regular season, though.
Heck yeah.
All
man.
for playoffs.
Yeah,
I mean, giveaways and playoffs,
Yeah.
you do well though.
I did decent.
I mean, like bobblehead games and dollar Dodger Dog nights when you invite your buddies.
Everything that you spend also covers.
No, it doesn't. I pay still a good amount, but
Okay.
it helps.
I mean, it works though. All comes together.
I go to we still go to a lot of playoff games, but it helps if they go deep.
Yeah, and like clinching games
Yeah.
are the ones like like a division clinch or NLCS, whatever it
Definitely
is.
all pays for your
Like,
seats.
those will make up for it.
Yeah.
And everybody's like, "Hey, Bustos, sell it to me for face value."
Oh, that's not happening.
And you're like,
Dude,
hi,
give it
bye.
to me for
I
face.
wouldn't. I'm no joking. A lot of people know I have multiple seats. My family and I have multiple seats.
And now
at the
they do
stadium.
even more.
Get
ready for the DMs.
Yeah.
Hey, cutie, what are you doing?
Hey, can I get hooked up? For
What are you
half
doing in
price?
October?
You wouldn't believe how many people message me or ask me.
For the hookup?
Yeah, with a hookup.
I'm sure.
It was crazy.
Especially knowing that you got like extra seats.
I have one extra seat.
I mean, you just I got you. And you give them a link to StubHub. I have them posted up on StubHub. Just you can buy them through
All
there.
bad.
You can just buy them.
Or you can just do like me and sneak into the World Series.
You know how many people I've heard snuck into the World Series during 2017,
Right.
2018?
How many?
Quite a few.
How'd you do it, Ray? We need the secret.
Oh, we can't tell Ray. Ray can't tell that one.
I legit can't tell anything, but let's just say that I pulled an exact of Always Sunny in Philadelphia, the World Series.
In the tunnel?
The the secret tunnel leading to Chase. To what's their stadium called? Phillies?
Citizens
Bank Park, yeah. No, dude, that was
You're
not
in
like
the
that.
green seat right there.
But I got in,
Right, jeez.
and I was very happy that my little side parachute worked in to get in there, and
with the fans.
You try to be
Yeah.
that. You try to be like that during the fight with the.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. The
Yeah,
fans.
exactly.
Yeah, the
I dressed
fans.
up as a banana, and I hid in the banana truck, and they were like, "Wow, this banana's enormous." I'm like, "Yeah, it's crazy. I mean, it talks too."
You guys want to
And-
know Ray's secret?
No.
He shows up the day before the game and just hides in the bathroom.
Dude,
He
don't
waits
tell
24
him.
hours until the game to start.
He has
All
to-
right.
Comes out of the
I'm
stall
out.
like,
I sat there. I smell like shiz, but it's
I've been
okay.
sitting here for 24 hours.
It's okay.
So we talked about hockey. We talked about our experience over the years.
Okay. What you thinking, Bustos?
What about let's talk about the present now. What do you think? Anything?
All right, guys, have a good night. That was
If young men
don't
What do you think
trust
about the
No.
presence of? Do we have another? Are we sneaking into the stadium 2019 again?
I hope not.
For what?
For the-
For a regular season game?
For the record, I've never snuck
never
into the
snuck into
sta-
it. Hey, that's
I've
why
never
we
snuck-
paid. That's why DJ and I paid the
For
top
the-
dollars for the.
Can we talk about
for
how
the
I snuck
record-
into the Stanley Cup Finals too?
How?
How?
What are you pulling some Christian
Bro.
moves?
Bro, no, these
Yeah,
are Ray
what-
Stradamus
what-
moves. Christian moves is getting into every event ever. I
Right.
just sneak into events.
I think
okay?
he sneaks in too. Christian also doesn't give us the secrets. I'm always like, Christian, how do you do it? He's like,
He can't
Just
tell
got
you.
away.
You remember
Ways, I got
tried to
ways.
blow him up at the stadium?
I'm gonna tell you straight
I
up.
ask him in front of security. So Christian.
Yeah, right. You've seen my videos from inside Staples Center after all the home Stanley Cup final games of 2014.
You're just like,
Did you just enter the stadium after the game and just took a picture?
No,
Bustos.
it's not that.
calling you out.
And even then, you can't even do that.
They don't let you come back in. Even on a giveaway, if you come down the stairs,
You're out.
you're out. And you come down the stairs, you don't get a giveaway, but you
Yep.
go back to the doors and they're giving out McFlurries, bobbleheads, whatever it is. If
won't
you
give
try
it
to
to
go
you.
back in, oh, I didn't get it. I came back down the stairs. They're like, sorry.
Yeah. Oh, I did that before one time. It was a McFlurry minute.
Yeah.
It was like I think it was like McFlurry minute and Popcornopolis.
Yeah, one of the
Yeah,
double
the rare
giveaways.
ones. And
Yeah.
I walked down the stairs. I didn't
Like-
walk out. I was like, oh my god! I
You're
was
like,
so mad at
"No."
myself. But yeah,
Can I just get one coupon,
I'd like
please?
to know. I feel like I'm the only person that snuck into the Stanley Cup Finals and the 2018 World Series.
And you still won't tell us your secrets.
Come on, man. The magician never
Don't-
tells you how he opens
don't
a
put-
portal
don't put me
under
on
the
the spot.
stadium
Hey.
and dresses as Shaq.
Oh, at least you had a seat, DJ, at the games. Nice.
Oh, I had a seat too.
At least I got my heart broken in prayer.
Wait, why do you think I didn't have a seat?
Right? Ooh, what is this?
There's
Cheeky.
plenty of interesting.
He's
Plenty
like,
of
"Let me
tickets on the
see
ground.
what-
Yeah, I'm
right,
sitting here.
Let me
Move.
see what's available, what's not. All right, cool. I'm gonna go.
All right,
sit
so
there.
You're right. He's on StubHub seeing what's still for sale. That one didn't sell. Okay, I'm gonna go sit there.
I mean, that could be one of my
Hey.
methods.
Hey, that's one of the secrets some of those people use.
Right,
okay?
that's the tips and tricks
we
right
just
there.
we just blew up half the.
All right, I'll give you an old trick.
All right,
So-
one from the vault.
This is 8 years ago. So we had this is before Dodger Stadium had a renovation.
Pavilion still
The pavilion was still by itself.
separated.
I had to go use the
Do we
restroom.
know if he's still alive?
Who are we talking
Bill.
about?
Old Black Bill. He used to guard the
No.
clubhouse.
Oh, I know what you're talking about now.
Is he still
I
alive?
haven't seen him.
I know he had some health complications years ago. I hope he
The one
didn't
we
pass.
were next to the bullpen when we used to go restrooms.
Oh yeah.
It's Bill, right?
Yeah, I know who you're talking about now.
Super sweet guy. Bill was the man. All right. Back in the good old days of Dodger Stadium before the Guggenheim Group purchased it and ruined everything and raised the price on everything like
back
it's
back
it's
when
a
you used
luxury
to
apartment.
pee in a trough.
pee in the trough.
In the
Back where
dark.
Back where we're in jail.
Yeah, it was jail. It was the left field jail. One
That
time, I showed up and I slipped homie a $5 bill. He just opened the gate for me.
Hurry up, Ray.
It was funny. And then
If Bill
after,
still works there, you just got him fired.
You just got fired.
yeah,
Bill,
but,
we're gonna have to talk to you.
Nah, he doesn't work there anymore for sure. I know he doesn't.
He got fired for letting people in.
Yeah, right. But he also used to get merchandise from
Became an
the
official.
team. So he'd get jerseys and broken bats and balls.
pro
and
stock.
We'd slide him a quarter of the price and get
Wow.
broken bats for like $25 and
I think-
stuff.
And we wonder why Bill's not there anymore.
I think our favorite. I think.
Well, the thing was they renovated it, so there was no need for that job
I think
anymore.
before the renovated,
true.
my excuse to get into the field level, if we had to.
You want to go buy garlic fries?
Yeah, garlic fries.
Heck yeah, you stayed there the entire game.
Right. Yeah, just like I want to go over there and buy something. Hold on,
It was never garlic fries for me. You know what it was?
Carl's Jr.
Yep. It was always. I need to get a veggie burger. They don't have it over
Can I
here.
get a Western cheeseburger? They don't sell them here in the pavilion though, but I see one over there.
But
Yeah.
you know
Cool
what? Back
fucker.
in the day, our security guards we used to know. We were able to pull that off so much.
I miss Dre. I miss Anthony, even if he was a dick
I think
half the
Anthony
time.
still works there.
Yeah, he's up in the reserve.
He's up in the reserve.
Wow, dude, I miss you, bro. Hope you're doing well. Dre was hella cool. Bro, Sergio was super cool.
Yeah.
I
I
don't
miss
remember.
Sergio. Larry was super cool.
Carlos.
Carlos was hella cool. Carlos, Uncle Carlos, man. Sergeant Carlos.
He just
He
retired
retired
last
last year.
last
He did?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He had another.
He had another job where he conflicted with the stadium, so he had to quit.
I miss him, man.
And
He
obviously
was
you
a
can
sergeant
tell.
in the Marine Corps.
Obviously, you can tell everybody spent a lot of time in the left field pavilion because these are all left field
They
pavilion
feel
workers.
security guys, yeah. And then
Aside from the left field pavilion, it might like I don't know who that is,
This is
but
like
like within the left field
Gamers?
pavilion, yeah, everybody
Yeah.
knows like those guys.
We needed ushers.
Yeah.
Patrick. What's up, Patrick Moss?
Yeah, he got shot out last time.
Yeah.
I don't think he watched the episode.
No.
I was like,
Yeah.
I was even gonna tell him. I was like, bro, do you know you got shot out on the last, like one of the first episodes? We were talking about Patrick.
Yeah.
And when I
Even
saw him
his
the
own
other day,
bobblehead at Dodger Stadium, and he's still disrespectful. Wow.
He has his own mascot.
Hey.
no, that's Christian, the Christian mascot.
He's still around.
I don't know if I've showed you in that Photoshop.
Oh, I seen it.
We'll put it up here. Real quick.
Too good.
The Christian mascot.
Anyways, boys, I think since I'm a grown man now and I make enough money, I think I can buy my tickets. But those were good memories.
I mean, if you can save money, I mean, more power
Hey,
to you.
you
That
never know
hustle.
how much a clinching game for a World Series costs. You might have to go back to your old ways.
You know, I'm about to open a
parachute.
portal and jump in again.
He's gonna camp out 2 days early
I might have to bury
about-
myself in
under,
manure.
under the wall.
Imagine before the internet, you had to used to camp out for those tickets. For
Yeah,
Yeah.
How crazy was those days? I imagine.
That's amazing. And you probably paid normal prices for them too.
Yeah.
yeah, and like not
Concerts.
only that, but like
Ticket-
back in the day, Dodger Stadium had like the advanced ticket sales
Yeah.
like outside of the stadium.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And people used to have to
off
go.
Sunset.
Yeah, like at the bottom of the hill, they had
Near
that
the
little
fire
ticket-
station, fire
yeah,
truck.
where the fire station's
Yep.
at. Like, man, the struggle. I'm glad I live in the future.
Yeah.
There's so many
In the
things
year
I said that my whole
2000.
life. I'm just like, man, I'm glad I live in the future. I don't know how
Yep.
people used to do this. That's one of those things. Just like,
Man,
I don't know.
cholera. How?
I think I
How'd
know.
you do that?
I know what this episode
Dysentery.
should be called.
blast from the past.
Need a blast from the past.
Heck
Wow,
yeah.
it says.
Episode 11.
10.
Blast from the
10.
past.
Sorry, I'm dyslexic.
Or 11. It
10
depends
and a
how
half.
we want to do it.
10.5.
10.5.
10.5.
And guys, That's a great episode.
Solid.
Yeah.
Solid episode. Thank you guys for tuning in. And
Only we had our outro.
oh, don't worry, I can do an acapella for you.
Or-
Acapella? What?
Tell us your favorite memories.
This is like way.
My favorite memories
Oh, the
are
past.
are missing the soundboard and listening to the song.
I already said
regular
mine. Mine was
version.
peeing in the trough at Dodger Stadium.
Yeah.
In the dark bathrooms. It's like one light bulb in the whole bathroom.
Yep. I miss not having people from field level and reserve and top deck coming
Ruining
over for VP.
BP.
You know how? You remember how the men's restroom and the women's restroom? How long that women's restroom went down?
Oh.
Dude, it was just like, and there was like so much like water mixed with like sand
Oh.
And
and pee
Oh, God.
beer spilled.
Oh,
from
my
and
God.
beer. Like there
Oh
was
my
just like
God,
this
how
nasty
bad?
mud that was on the floors.
Yeah, dude. You had to
Over
lift your
there.
pants up, make sure nothing was dragging.
Yeah, like
It was
it's almost
so
like a bathroom at the beach. You know, like it's just like water and
It's
sand.
so disgusting.
Okay,
Gross.
I think that's definitely a
Our
good
memories
way.
are over, guys. Hey, thank
So
you for
long
checking
for
episode
memories.
10.5. If young Metro don't trust you, I'm a
Thank you guys for watching. Episode 10 and a half. Don't forget to subscribe.
And I told you bye.
Bye.